Okay, this is homework for Wednesday, February 24th. So you're doing number 3, which asks you to find the missing value in the tables because Emily's silly little brother painted on them. So I start putting in carets where I can. So I know that my x is going up by 10 each time. And then since I have these two values, I can put those in and find the slope using those. So 5 divided by 10, I know is 0.5, which means that whatever I put here, when I divide by 10, also has to be 0.5. Whatever I put here also has to be divided by 0.5, which helps me know it's in the middle. So, of course, first thing I'm going to try is adding 5. 13 plus 5 is 18. And then would that work again? 18 plus 5, yeah, is 23. So I know that the missing value is 18 because we're adding 5 each time. And the slope would be 0.5. So my equation, if I were to solve that for you, minus 10 here, this would be minus 5 and 3, which is y equals 0.5x plus 3. Alright, B, again I put in my carets. From here it's going up 2, and up 2 again, and then up 1. And then from 7 to 10, it's going up 3. So I can use these two numbers to find my slope because it's going up by 1 here, which tells me that for every 1 change in x, the y is changing by 3, which is the slope. So I need to make sure whatever I put here in these carets, when I divide it by 2, it makes 3, because that's my slope. So I know that 6 divided by 2 is 3, which means this has to be adding 6. And this has to be adding 6. So negative 5 plus 6 is 1. And then 1 plus 6 is 7. So my missing value is 1. And so my equation would be y equals 3x plus 1. Okay, C. Again, here it's going up by 1. Here it's going up by 3, 6, 9. And since this is where it's going up by 1 change in x, it changes by 3 on the y, which is my slopes. 3 divided by 1 is 3, which means the caret here has to be a 2 because 6 divided by 2 is 3, and I want to keep my slope of 3. And then the change here has to be 3 because 9 divided by 3 is 3. So 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 3 is 6, so it works. My missing value is 3. And the equation would be y equals 3x. Okay, number 4. Mr. Cortez drove at a constant rate for 5 hours. At the end of 2 hours, he had driven 90 miles. After 5 hours, he had driven 225 miles. What is the dependent variable? So it's what is depending on the other. And when we deal with time in miles, I know that the miles is depending on the time, because time goes on and on forever. But the miles is determined by how many hours you've been driving. So dependent is miles, and independent is hours. Now, can this relationship be modeled by a linear function and support it? So I'm going to try to make a table. I know that at 2 hours, he's at 90 miles. And at 5 hours, he's at 225 miles. So that's like using 2 points on a graph to find the equation. So from 2 to 5 is 3. And from 90 to 225 is 135. And 135 divided by 3, rise divided by run, or change in y divided by change in x, is 45, which means he travels 45 miles per hour. Okay, and then I can fill in other values in the table to prove it. So 90 plus my slope of 45 is 135. And then 135 plus 45 is 180. And 180 plus 45 is 225, so it works. And then I could even go backwards to find my y-intercept. So if I have to go backwards 2 here, that means I have to go backwards 90 here, because 45 plus 45 is 90, which is 0. So my equation would be y equals 45x. So when it says, can this relationship be modeled by a linear function? Yes, it can. And we proved it with a table and finding the slope and writing an equation. Okay, that is your homework for today. I will see you tomorrow.